Oh my God, look at this here. Hyperfund is 100% legit. One of the network marketers promoting the Hyperfund scheme just commented on my channel. He's like, "Hey Rory, your review is rubbish, and Hyperfund's legit because they're partnered with Visa and MasterCard and IBM and a whole bunch of other giant companies." Is that really true? Is Hyperfund 100% or 200% or even 1000% legit? Or is it just a load of bunk? Is it just a Ponzi scheme? Anyways, all of that coming up in just a moment. Stay tuned. Hi, this is Rory Singh. Welcome to the channel. Please find that big red button, subscribe, and also click on this bell notification icon. On this channel, what I do are reviews most of the time, as per request by my viewers, and they ask me to review like money-making opportunities, like affiliate marketing as an example. Sometimes I find some good opportunities, legitimate, but more often than not, some of the stuff that they've asked me to review turned out to be investment scams that were responsible for stealing billions of dollars from unsuspecting victims. So make sure that that doesn't happen to you. A lot of people are borrowing money from credit cards like Visa and MasterCard, or even taking money out of their mortgage equity and then losing it. Make sure that doesn't happen to you. Subscribe and also bell notification icon. So today on this channel, what we're talking about, we're talking about Visa, primarily Visa. I get a lot of comments. I did a review on Hyperfund here back in July 2nd, 2021. It didn't get that many views. It got just under 3,000 views. But most of the comments are from people, disgruntled network marketers promoting the Hyperfund scheme for like 20% referral commissions on tier 1. So Hyperfund is it's a network marketing company promising people up to 300% ROI. And now, after getting a fraud warning against them from FCA, Financial Conduct Authority, that's a security regulator responsible. Like if you have a passive investment opportunity and you're offering it to the public, if you are investing from the UK or you're promoting in the UK, then your money-making financial company, and in this case, you're talking about the Hyperfund, is supposed to be registered with the FCA. Now, FCA security regulators, to me, they are very slack. Like all they did was issue a fraud warning. They're not calling like London police to go and investigate people. They just said, "Oh, Hyperfund is bad," and they're so screwy that they got the website wrong. It's not the Hyperfund .online. That was just someone else's website, and it's not even online anymore. Okay, but still, it's a valid FCA fraud warning against the company, warning people. What are they warning? We believe this firm, forget about the website, they're talking about Hyperfund, right? And not hyperfund.com. They actually mean the Hyperfund, okay? But this is what you're dealing with. Big brother, security regulators, they don't really take this stuff serious. Sometimes if a whole bunch of people lose a ton, all in the UK, but people are going to lose all over the world, right, with the Hyperfund eventually, when it does exit scam. But what did the UK FCA say? We believe this firm may be providing financial services or products in the UK without our authorization. Find out why you should be wary of dealing with this unauthorized firm. So, Hyperfund, right? It's the Hyperfund. They made a blunder with the website. But the hyperfund.com needs to register with the FCA. The only regulatory body of government in the whole wide world that they're touting is with the ASIC, Australia Securities Commission. And with the Australia's Security Commission, they're even more silly than the FCA. FCA made a blunder on the website. Got the wrong website, don't even have the proper name. Okay, they're not talking about this website that doesn't have any links going anywhere. They're talking about this website because there's a whole bunch of network marketers and affiliates in the UK heavily promoting. And Hyperfund admins told the network marketers and affiliates, do not tell anyone this is an investment opportunity. Offer this as a membership instead. Instead of registering with the UK FCA, they turn around and says, don't say it's investing, even though they're telling everyone you can get a 300% ROI. Now, they do have a team, right? I don't want to get into all of that because then it's going to turn out to be like young fellow here. I mean, they look like all the nicest, kindest people in the world. Look at the faces. I mean, wow. If you met these guys, and especially him, who's claiming to be CEO, you'd be like, wow, it's got to be legit. I mean, look, it's got a baby face. And does he look like he would steal anyone's money? Right? But people are bending over backwards. Now, we're going to get into Visa in just a moment. So, fellow who's going by an alias here, anonymously, is claiming that Hyperfund must be legit because it's been around for 2 years. Well, Cash FX, that's another Ponzi scheme, has been lasting for 2 years too. They're still up and running, but they haven't paid out people for a very long time because they ran into problems when Bitcoin took a plunge from 54,000 down to 38,000, and that is what they were collecting payment in, and still are, right? That's a problem. Imagine you're making Bitcoin is going up and you're getting all of the revenue from network marketing, recruitment, and Bitcoin, and it drops from 54,000 to 38,000. So Cash FX has been around for 2 years, but now everyone's calling it a scam. Even like 95% of their database of affiliates are pretending, oh, it's a scam now. The same thing's going to happen with Hyperfund. So just because a scam's been around for 2 years doesn't mean it's not a Ponzi scheme. Why is it a Ponzi scheme? Because they don't have any retailable products or services, and the only thing a network marketer, distributor, or an affiliate can market is their make money membership themselves, right? Regardless of haters or lovers, or all of that is irrelevant. Just because a scam lasted for 2 years doesn't mean it's not going to scam and scheme everyone. Now, do they really have, because the network marketers are saying all kinds of cock and bull stories, duping their victims to invest through their affiliate links so they can earn 20% and up. They're paying out on multiple tiers, but at the bare minimum, anyone who can get anyone else in through their affiliate link to invest their hard-earned money, you can earn 20% commissions. So that's why videos like mine are getting a lot of backlash, right? As we're seeing right there. So yeah, it is foolish to be promoting Hyperfund, which is illegal, and then getting your family and friends in it, because most of these people don't have, some of them are marketers, but most of them don't have skill sets of marketing. Don't believe me? I mean, look at this person who's angry, has 3 subscribers, blockchain freedom, and we click on their video. How foolish. I mean, what the hell are we watching here? A skeleton? Because I myself am noticing a ton of positive reviews, okay? So you have a ton of positive reviews over on Trustpilot. But I'm going to go there in just a minute. But they're made, majority of them are from network marketing affiliates trying to encourage their victims to get in through their links. Okay. So why didn't anyone shut it down? Because this is what you're dealing with, like FCA. Hyperfund is actually registered with the ASIC. Okay. Now, if I go to ASIC and then I type in Barax, let's see what it says there. ASIC. Actually, before I go there, let's expand a little bit more here. I found one of the promoters. I mean, these are the promoters. They don't use their real names, and they're marketing on YouTube. Here's Trini Crypto. And what did Trini... So everything I'm sharing on this video today, it's public domain. There's no privacy issue.
Founded in 2014, 2015, they would not show you this. These companies, no one who's scamming you would have these kind of collateral. This is 3 major companies, Blockchain Global, Collinstar Capital, and Hcash.
Okay, blah, blah, blah. He's trying to scam his family, friends, and neighbors in Trinidad so he can make 20% referral commissions. Anyway, Colin Starr, Blockchain Global, and Hcash are all part of the pyramid. You understand? Let's go to Colin Starr, www.colinstar. So fellow here in Trinidad is saying 100% legit because nobody would put, so-and-so on their website unless it's real. I tell it all, yeah. But here we go to Colin Starr. It's not even secure, right? Colinstar.com about Colin Starr. Colin Starr Capital was founded by Ryan Zhu. Who is Ryan Zhu? Well, Ryan is the main guy, man. See, Ryan Zhu, Hypertech Group founder. Hypertech Group owns the Hyperfund. Go back to Colin Starr. I'm telling you. That's how Trini people talk. Anyways, Trini boy in Trinidad was just saying that anybody having these companies like Colin Starr and such. I mean, look, Ryan Zhu. Colin Starr was founded by Ryan Zhu, a nuclear engineer from Shanghai University, blah, 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 in 2015. Well, he found a better money-making opportunity than engineering. Probably made, a modest income as a nuclear engineer. He's nuking you guys now. Okay, so Ryan Zhu is the main guy. So he owns Colin Starr. So, I mean, this is meaningless. If you check these out, and then they're all registered with who? The ASIC. Now, the ASIC is the security regulator for Australia. Okay. Now, Hyperfund. Let's go to another website here for fun. Now, if I go to thehyperfund.com, we'll get into Visa just now and MasterCard. So just type that in, thehyperfund.com, run analysis on Alexa Live for you guys. Because people are saying, well, network marketers, they have cock and bull stories. You can't believe none of these guys are saying. They'll come and tell me some cock and bull story here. So going to that website, thehyperfund.com, most of the traffic's coming from the US. 32.5% Canada. Hey, bud. 14.4%, bud. And United Kingdom, 13.9%. They're not registered in the UK, they're not registered in Canada, and they're not registered in the US to offer an investment opportunity to the public. That's why the admins at Hyperfund are telling all of their cohorts, the network marketing distributors and affiliates online, that you guys cannot call it investment opportunity anymore, even though you're telling people they're promising them a 300% ROI. 300% ROI isn't that an investment opportunity return? Makes sense? Doesn't make sense. This is the world that we're in right now. Pandemic. What are people doing? They're giving away their hard-earned money to Ponzi. Hey, if you guys want to do it, by all means do that. Okay, I don't want to stop. If you guys want to invest in Hyperfund, I'm not trying to stop you. The best way is to learn by your own experience. Okay, I'm just here giving you some information, and at the end of the day, do with it whatever you want. But what I'm trying to say is, Hyperfund and the three companies mentioned here, Blockchain Global, Colin Starr, and Hcash, they're all part of the Hyperfund Ponzi scheme. And as you can see, Colin Starr, it's not even secure. Ryan Zhu didn't even pay. It doesn't cost him. You can even get free SSL out there. He didn't even pay a couple bucks to have the website secure. And this is supposed to be some kind of financial company here. You guys are shown to your victims to get them into the program. Come on. Doesn't make no sense here, does it? Maybe it doesn't have to. I don't know. Anyway, so Colin Starr and all that, they're all registered with the ASIC. But they're not registered with the SEC. And hopefully you guys don't get the SEC involved, because there's a lot of Americans on board here. SEC is a little bit more serious than the FCA in the UK. So be very careful there. If you guys, and especially if you get like Texas Security Board and they issue a cease and desist order, they've done it to USI Tech and BitConnect. And what happened with those Ponzi schemes? They were like over within a month. What are people investing in Hyperfund? They're investing up to $100,000 and more. Borrowing money from mortgage equity. Okay. Anyways, ASIC. So Hyperfund, Collins Star, and the like, they're all registered with the ASIC. Now, on my channel, as I said, it's a review channel, and I've done stuff like Barack's. Okay, here's Barack's review, right? I did it 9 months ago. And after I did that review, the exit scam was not long after. Maybe a few months after this video. I can't remember the exact date. Just remember that, barracks.com. Now remember that the Hyperfund, it was in their due diligence report that they're showing to everyone. They are claiming that they're registered. They are registered with the ASIC. That's right here. But look at the alert that the asic.gov.au gave against Barack's after Barack's exit scammed and collapsed, and stole billions of dollars in crypto collectively from these victims. So this is what I'm trying to say. These regulators are a joke. But look at this here. I'm going to get into Visa in just a moment. Suspicious website alert for barracks.com. That's a similar scam to the Hyperfund. I mean, it's pretty well offering them almost the same return and not showing any proof of any revenue outside of network marketing recruitment, and you're not registered with anyone else aside from ASIC. ASIC is a joke because look at what they said. Suspicious website alert, barracks.com. ASIC alerting investors about suspicious investment opportunity and blah, blah, blah. And the shell company, PTY, and blah, blah, blah. Barracks website promoted a trading platform, deposit plans, and offered unrealistic, it's like Hyperfund, high and guaranteed returns. Do not transfer funds or further funds to Barracks. ASIC has received reports predominantly from overseas investors who invested with Barracks via barracks.com who are now unable to withdraw their investments. Barracks has stopped communicating with those investors. ASIC concerns Barracks promoted deposit. Okay, forget about all of that. But look at here. Company registration is not a guarantee. The ASIC, that's the website up here, is saying that themselves. Barracks is a registered company. Company registration does not mean a business is viable or that a business model is sound. Information about what to consider before investing is available on ASIC Money Smart website. So can you believe that? After another Ponzi was able to register with the ASIC, the Ponzi went out of business. They couldn't pay off all of the money that they were promising the gullible people that invested, and they exit scammed, and they ran away with everyone's money. Some Russian scammers. Now you got the same thing happening all over again, right? These boys here are gonna run you guys ragged eventually. And how are they doing it? All of the Ponzi promoters out there. Well, Amy said you're 100% right. She liked the review. When is state of collapse? When you use Trustpilot. This person, I don't even know if they understand English. User misleading people from a great opportunity. He's one of the big promoters. Rory, you said one of the first review that Trustpilot could be trusted. Now it can't be. These guys all kind of cock and bull. I said, don't twist my words. I said, the only time you can trust Trustpilot is when something scam exits and people are pissed off. Okay. Anyways, a lot of pissed off comments here from the network marketers promoting. One or two of them are from, people who are not promoting it. And he gave me a nice comment. Good to see you, Rory. I would love to see you laugh when these scams scam out. Okay, so anyways, let me get to the end of this cock and bull story. Let me click the back button there for a sec. Fuck. PayPal, hyperwallet.com is part of PayPal. Okay, it's not HyperPay. Okay, guys. Now I'm just going to type this in here. Hyperfund Visa partner, because we're going to go back to this comment here. Blockchain Freedom, that was the skeleton, the guy who had the skeleton, animated skeleton in one of his videos, trying to promote Ponzi's with that, claiming that I'm foolish because people are making 2,000 plus a day. Is that really true, guys? People are making 2,000 plus? Because if that's the case, ex-president Donald J. Trump, wouldn't he be signing up? Because he's a money-making man. Wouldn't Warren Buffett be lining up for this? Billionaire tycoon Warren Buffett. Wouldn't everyone just line up to join Hyperfund? Wouldn't all of your family and friends? No one would ever have to work a job anymore if Hyperfund is paying out $2,000 plus a day and being earned by hundreds? Is that all hundreds? Because I thought thousands of people are in Hyperfund. How come only hundreds are earning? Do these people think of these comments when they're making them? All legal, all over the world, 2 years old. What's all legal? Explain. That doesn't make any sense, guys. If Hyperfund's 100% legit, none of these people would be complaining about anything. They would just disregard my video. But it's too believable. Serious mugshot there. Hyperfund review. It's only got 3,000 views and these guys are scared. They're scared that their victims are going to see. Look at that. 69 likes and 42 dislikes. Okay. And Ryan Zhu, why don't you just pay a couple bucks and get some SSL for Colin Starr if you're, the network marketers are going out telling people that Colin Starr is a legit. If it's legit, it should at least be, what do you need? SSL certificate to have that little icon. Like you see this little icon here? It says that the site is okay according to Google and YouTube. Some network marketer is going to say, oh, that's irrelevant. Really? Then why does the Hyperfund have it on their main website? Because it is relevant. Okay, let's go and check out this Visa information. Visa partner. USAVisa.com, Hyper Wallet. Okay. Now, anyone who sees this would say, right on, man. On the Visa.com website, USA.visa.com, Visa is 100% partnered with Hyperwallet. But guys, Hyperwallet has nothing to do with the Hyperfund. Hyperwallet is part of PayPal. See, Hyperwallet. This is the website for Hyperwallet. Hyperwallet is part of PayPal. PayPal has nothing to do with any Ponzi scheme. they hate them. Okay. Hyperfund is not an official partner with Visa. Okay. Hyperwallet is, and it has nothing to do with these dudes. Okay. It's got nothing to do with him, got nothing to do with him, got nothing to do with him, got nothing to do with the Hyperfund. Recap. Hyperwallet has nothing to do, the Hyperfund has nothing to do with Visa. Hyperwallet does, and the Hyperwallet is a PayPal service. See that? Some people might even see that and they're like, oh my God, look, the Hyperfund is legitimate. No, they have Hyperpay. Okay? And then they have shell companies. Okay, let me just close some stuff off here. Okay. The Hyperfund. Hyperwallet as direct payouts. No, that is not the Hyperfund. The Hyperfund has Hyperpay. And it has nothing to do with Visa. They do have a way to fund the Hyperfund, and that is through Hyperpay. And Hyperpay is hooked up to shell organizations, right? Shell companies, it's not hard to open up a shell company. Okay, you can open up an incorporated company, right? When I was a truck driver, I used to be an incorporated truck driver, and I would get paid hourly, and I get 100%, and then I have to do my own taxes. So I was a contract driver who had an incorporation certificate. That could be used as a shell company, as an example. Any incorporation or business number can be used to create a shell company. Now with Visa, Visa is not an official partner of the Hyperfund. It just, if you set up a little shell company and then you show that you have a payment processor and then you can collect payment, people can take their Visa cards and MasterCards and fund the Ponzi scheme, as they've been doing so for years with so many scams. So that's a cock and bull story. Hyperfund has nothing to do with Visa other than having the ability to, keep the truth from Visa. Visa doesn't really care if they got word got out on the street that Visa was allowing their service to fund a Ponzi scheme, and they got a lot of, that got to be well known, then they would be like, oh, we got to do something about that. But other than that, if nobody really complains and majority of the world doesn't know that Hyperfund is using Visa as a middleman for people to fund their wallets, it won't really matter. They're no official partner. Get it? Anyways, I gotta do another video because you guys are really starting to annoy me on these comments here in the Hyperfund. Please give me more. I'm gonna make some more content for you. So the next thing I'm gonna look into is IBM. Why would I do that? Because what's his name says how foolish. They're partnered up with IBM. So I just debunked the theory of bullshit that Hyperfund is an actual partner of Visa. They're not partners with anybody. Okay, they're partners with network marketing distributors who, for years, trying to recruit family and friends, finally found something that they could show online, right? With the living room presentation parties, trying to sell Tupperware and lotions and potions and pills to family and friends. They didn't care. But now with pandemic, you go and get a laptop, you open it, and you can show your family and friends, oh, look, investment opportunity, 200 to 300% ROI overall. And your family and friends are going to have some doubts, or they're going to have a lot of doubts. But then the greed factor comes in. They're like, oh, The government's evil. Oh, the banks are evil. I'm going to take a risk. I'm not going to invest any more than I'm willing to lose. But then half of them start taking money from MasterCard and Visa. I mean, if I wanted to join Hyperfund, I could take my MasterCard and Visa. I've got both. And I could just fund my wallet with Hyperfund. Does that mean that they're official partners? No. Come on, guys. Come on, guys.